Hello friends, today we are going to learn a new point, that is homogenization. So we will learn in detail about the homogenization. First of all, we have to know the definition of the homogenizations. So first of all, the definition: homogenization refers to the process of forcing the milk through a homogenizer with the help of subdividing the fat globules. It means that, first of all, try to understand the definition of the homogenization. It refers to the process of forcing the milk through a homogenizer with the help of a subdividing the fat globules. It means that whatever the size of the fat globules, suppose this is the size of the fat globules, and these fat globules which is present in that milk, this milk is allowed to force through a very small space. Okay, what will happen if this fat globule, or if the milk is allowed to force through a small space? What will happen? This fat globule will break in the small particles. Okay, so like this, these large size fat globules will break in a small particles when it is forced through a homogenizer with the help of subdividing fat globules. Okay, so in this way the milk is homogenized with the help of the homogenizer, and this process is called as the homogenization process. Okay, so this is the definition. Homogenization refers to the process of forcing the milk through a homogenizer with the help of a subdividing the fat globules. Okay, so this is the definition of the fat globules. Now we have to understand the purpose of homogenizations, why the process of homogenization is carried out. The main purpose of this homogenization is to disintegrate or finally distribute the fat globules in the milk in order to reduce the creaming. Okay, so the first point is that to disintegrate the fat globules. Disintegrate fat globules. So by the disintegration of the fat globules, what will happen? The cream layer over the milk will not form, as the large side fat globules are break in a small particles, break into a small particles. So it will become very hard to come to the surface of the milk. Okay, when the large size fat globules are present in milk, what will happen? These large size fat globules will rise to the top very easily, but when it is disintegrated in small particles like this, So it will become very hard, very difficult to come to the bottom of milk, sorry, come to the top of the milk or surface of the milk. Okay. So this is the first important point, to disintegrate the fat globules. This is the main purpose, and when the fat globules disintegrated, they will distribute equally in the milk, and it will become very difficult to form a cream layer over the surface of milk. Okay, this is the important point. Then we have to see the objectives of homogenization. So the objectives, number one objective is contracting, creaming, number two improving stability toward partial collisions, number three creating desirable rheological properties, creating desirable rheological properties, then number fourth is recombining milk products. Okay, so these are the four important points, important objectives behind the homogenization, why the milk is homogenized. We have understood that homogenization is nothing but it is the process of forcing the milk through a small orifice. So when this milk is forced through a small orifice, the large size fat globules will break into a smaller one, and when this is integrated in smaller ones, what will happen? The cream layer will not form over the surface of the milk. Okay, there the fat globules will equally distribute in the milk, and due to this the cream layer will not formed. So this is the objectives of this homogenization process. Again, there are the four important objectives. These are the number one is the counteracting creaming. Now we have to understand what do you mean by the counteracting creaming. The first point, counteracting creaming means it is used to achieve the size of the fat globules should be greatly reduced. A cream layer in the product may be a nuisance for the user, especially if the package is non-transparent. It means that what will happen, counteracting creaming means the size of the fat globules should be greatly reduced, means this is the main objective, that is the size of the fat globule should be reduced greatly. Okay. Second point is that is the improving stability toward the partial collisions, the increased stability of homogenized fat globules is caused by the reduced diameter and by the acquired surface layer of the fat globules. It means that what happens, whatever the diameter of this fat globules, this is greatly reduced. Okay. Then number third is creating desirable rheological properties. Okay. uh, Due to the homogenizations, what happens, the in homogenization what happens, the formation of homogenization clusters can greatly increase the viscosity. Due to the homogenization process, what happens, the viscosity increases of a product such as the cream. If the cream is allowed for the homogenization process, the viscosity of cream increases, means the rheological property of cream changes. Okay. This is because the fat globules that are the now partly covered with the casein macelles in the aggregation of the casein macelles. Okay. And number fourth is the recombined milk product. At one stage of the process, the butter oil must be emulsified in a liquid such as the reconstituted skim milk. We have to in coming lectures we have to see in detail about the various milks, that is the special milks. In that we have seen the recombined milk and reconstituted milk. So while in recombined milk, in recombined milk we have to we have to take cream or butter plus water plus skim milk. Okay. And all these content should be mixed properly. So for this purpose, the homogenization process is allowed. When the homogenization is allowed or carried out for the recombined milk, so in this case the cream, water and skim milks mixed very well. So these are the few important objectives behind the homogenizations. We have seen the definition of homogenizations. It refers to the process of forcing the milk through a homogenizer with the help of subdividing the fat globules. It means that the milk is forced through a very small orifice. Due to this, the large size fat globules break into a smaller one. Okay. And as they break into a smaller one, they distribute equally in the milk, and due to this milk generally not forms a cream layer over the milk. Okay. We have seen the objectives. Number one, that is the counteracting creaming. It means that the cream is not formed over the surface of the milk. Then improving the stability toward the partial collisions. Then number third, the creating desirable rheological properties. It means that we have seen the rheological property of cream generally changes. It means that the viscosity of cream increases as the large size fat globules break into smaller, and due to this the viscosity of milk increases. Then this homogenization is used in recombine the milk products, means the it is generally used in the recombined milk. Okay. So in this way we have completed the introductory part, the definition of milk and the definition of homogenizations, then the objectives of the homogenizations. In coming lectures we are going to see in detail about the working of homogenization. Okay. So thank you very much.